Hello everyone, today we have quite an important day regarding everything that has to do with making a really important and potentially legally binding decision, everything that has to do with partnerships, negotiation, and also, deciding for yourself what is the deeper truth within a situation, and all of this because we have the Sun conjunct Mercury today, and also both of these planets are conjunct the South Node in the sign of Libra, which of course rules relationships, one-on-one alliances, and diplomatic negotiations on the world stage, but I would really not like to talk about that part in this video. And if that wasn't enough, all these two planets are in a part of the sky which astrologers call via combusta, so the path of combustion, the path of fire. So whenever we have a strong activation of energy here, we do tend to feel it deeply, as I said earlier, within decision making process. We do feel the need to dig deeper into the truth. But of course, when it comes to relationships, it isn't just our own truth that matters, but also the other person, or in some cases, institution, or whoever it is that we are preparing to sign a contract with. Now, if this wasn't enough, both the Sun and Mercury are holding a minor astrological aspect, a quincunx with Neptune, and Neptune does bring the illusion, the half-truth, and of course the confusion. But also another way that we can interpret this energy is that Neptune represents, especially in the sign of Pisces, our highest ideals. Now when it comes to an alliance or an agreement, usually it is not reflecting of an ideal. An ideal many times is not very much possible, so it is our duty, or of course also the duty of the other person or the contractual partner, to come up with a compromise, to come up with a balance, to come up with something that works for both parties. Now, if this wasn't enough, perhaps the cherry on top is that this Sun South Node and Mercury conjunction are being squared, so a conversation of maximum tension by Pluto in the sign of Capricorn. Now, Pluto in the sign of Capricorn going direct, very, very powerful, might represent, for example, an external authority, like an institution, the state, an organization, a group. For example, when you want to sign a job contract, it can represent the company. But at the same time, it can represent anyone or anything that might have a certain kind of power over you. For example, within a relationship, your partner, etc., etc. And this conversation of tension is really inviting us to embrace our power, but in a very diligent and in a very gentle manner, because whatever it is that we hold as our truth matters very much. But equally, we cannot allow our own truth to totally eclipse or negate the preferences and the truth of the other person, the other party. So we may feel the tension, we may feel the pressure, we may feel, like an inner pressure cooker building up, where we might not really know what the right decision, the right choice, or the right course of action that may be in this present moment. Now, this is where my guidance comes into play, because with the sign of Libra, all we can do is weigh the rational elements along with what our deepest feelings are. And at this time, we really need to put our idealism or our wishful thinking or the best case scenario aside, because chances are that might not really be able to manifest, or that might not really be able to be the case at this time. So we really need to have a touch of realism. Now, of course, that doesn't mean that the other expressions of Pisces, and especially Neptune and Pisces, compassion and solidarity and basically a love for another, all of this of course have to be included, but not in a very idealistic way, because this Pluto is not really permissive of that. So this is where we have to come with what our deepest desire and what our deepest heart level truth is, but also the rationality and the grounding of the situation. And that has to lead us to a truth. That has to lead us to whatever can work for us in a very realistic way. So thank you so much for listening, and I really hope that this short video helped you.